You join me on a very, very cold day in December. It's after Christmas. It's just cold. I don't like it. But hey, we got a nice little Christmas gift. I managed to get my hands on a Dark Ice Designs Boss gas bonnet strut for my RS. So I thought, hey, if we're going to get into this video thing, we may as well start with this, a quick install on the RS. And I guess it'll help a few people along the way, although I imagine this install is pretty self-explanatory. So let's get started. Alright, just to go over what's actually in the package. Obviously you've got your branding there. You get the gas strut. I can't say this, can I? Gas strut. You get the gas strut on here. You get your little instruction manual. You get a nice little sticker as well, which I'll find a place for on the RS. You get your bolts and your ball nut things, and stuff like that, and a bit of grease. Basically everything you'll need to just bolt straight onto the RS. It's a bolt-on system. There's no drilling, cutting or anything required, so it's quite an enticing little kit, and it's very subtle, but it makes a difference. It makes your car feel, I guess, more premium. I mean, it is like a bred track car, but hey, I mean, can't complain at a bit of premiumness. So in terms of the tools that you'll need, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. As I said earlier, you just need a ratchet. It says that you need a 10mm and a 13mm. I got the extension. I doubt I'll need it, but hey, it's just worth having. If you can find your 10mm, great. If you can't, then I guess you're not doing this build. Good luck. Alright, so just to get started, the first thing you want to do is you want to jack up the car and get your bonnet opened up. If you can't open your bonnet, then, or if you don't know how to, then I guess watch your next clip, but you should probably know how to do that, so watch your next clip anyway. Alright, so essentially what you want to do, open your passenger side door, pull this little lever here, that will release your bonnet, so then we'll go around to the bonnet and open that up. So under this little bonnet there's a little latch thing. You just push that down, pull the bonnet up, kind of like that. I mean, it's a very small light bonnet. I mean, at this point I'm just teaching you to suck eggs, but hey, when you're doing a video like this, you should be thorough, and this is thorough. So first step is literally just take these ball joints and just tighten them up on the strut, because as you can see they can be a bit loose. So just tighten them up, twist them all the way around so they are just not moving. That's literally the first step. It's quite plain. Alright, so you want to grab this piece here, which is like the big hex connector, and one of these ball joints, like that. And literally all you're doing for the second step is just screwing these two together. Don't try not to cross thread, although it doesn't look like it'd be easy to do. And you're just going all the way to the bottom so it's flush, like so. Alright, so this massive bolt here, this is at the back end of the headlight inside the engine bay. It's a 13mm bolt with a massive flange, so that needs to come off for this step. So it's 13mm, as I said. We'll get that off now. Right, I'm going to be perfectly honest here. This took me ages to get off. So essentially what this is it's a nut like that, but unfortunately the stud that's inside tends to loosen itself alongside the nut if you use a 13mm spanner. The clip before, you saw that it just kept spinning, but didn't actually undo. So after a lot of work, essentially what you have to do is bolt it back up to full like strength again, and you want to get a 15mm spanner or something like a ratchet or something on the actual stud itself to hold it in place. Once that's done, try to undo it with a 13mm spanner or ratchet again. If that doesn't work, I ended up having to secure it at the bottom with a 15mm ratchet, and with an impact gun on the top I had to just quickly give it a few bursts and it undid itself quite easily. But obviously it's not the easiest process, so if you do find that you're undoing the nut, it's not coming off, don't get frustrated and start breaking stuff. Just get the 5mm underneath, hold that stud secure, because chances are it's a stud that's spinning. Thanks to a few of the lads on Facebook for advising me to that. So once that's done, it's a pretty straightforward process. You just put the rest of the parts back on. So I'm going to jump to the next bit. Alright, so once that's all done, next thing you want to do, you want to grab your assembly from earlier, so your ball joint and your hex like that, and you want to grab the biggest washer that's in the bag. So you want to grab this washer here, so that washer here, and what I did is I just quickly took this ball joint off, purely just to make it a bit easier, and because I didn't have a deep socket set with me at the moment. And essentially what you do is put that on there, screw that on, and I mean you can hand tighten this to an extent. Then what I did is I just got the 13mm and just gave it a few twists to give it, well, get it a bit more snug. So just don't over tighten it, just enough to sort of have it meet the washer and give you a bit of resistance, like so. And then last thing, don't forget to put this back on. It just makes it a bit easier taking it off and fitting it. Like that. So next thing you want to do, you want to grab these 4 pieces. So you've got your ball joint, well, ball head, your first washer. In the middle here is going to be your bonnet piece, and then you've got your second washer and then a locking nut. So I'll show you how that goes onto the car itself. Alright, so first thing you want to do when you get to this step, just make sure you've taken this off, because if you bolt the bolt in, it's going to keep this stuck in there. Don't ask me how I know, I did learn that the hard way. So do that first. Just rest it on there somewhere safe. Get your nut with the washer, your ball joint with the washer, and your nut with the other washer for the other side. And make sure when you slot it into the slot that it goes at the bottommost point. Slide the washer on and nut on the other side, and just screw your nut onto your balls like so. Get as hand tight as you can, and then the rest of it just do by spanner and socket. Alright, next thing you want to do, just make sure that the ball joint is greased up using the grease that you got in the pack. So just squeeze them out onto the ball. Just make sure you lube the ball up very, very well. That should be enough. Spread it around with your finger, that's what I did. Just keep tissue on hand. So spread it around with the finger just like I did, and just keep some tissue at hand. Any excess from this, just put it on the actual strut's cup, but we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so take your grass strut. I put the extra grease inside. You'll see this clip here, this clip needs to come off, so just push at the clip until it unhooks itself, and then it just needs to come out from the top there, and just pull out like that. So then this attaches straight onto the ball joint. Just give it a good push, so I go like this, and then just clip it on like that. Just needs a good push, and then we'll get this clip put back in the same way you took it out. Right, so essentially this is what you'd be looking at once the clip is back on and this side of the assembly is complete. So you have your two bolts and everything done up, your ball joint and your gas strut is attached to the ball, and your clip is back in to secure it back into the assembly. And then we'll do the same thing again for the other one here, which I've already greased up, ready to go. Okay, so at this point you want to put the other gas strut on, the other side of the gas strut on, but you can't get to it because of the thing that's holding up the actual bonnet. So this is a bit of an awkward one, so bear with me. So essentially I'm just going to flip this all the way back down to there, clip this on, just make sure that you've taken the clip off for the Y clip, or the U clip, sorry, C clip, whatever you want to call it, and then just same as the other side, push it on like that, wait till it gives a big click, and then just attach the pin back on. So getting that last clip on can be really fiddly. The way I would suggest doing it is just line up the straight pin with the shaft of this as you get the first hole in, and it should go through to the other side without any issue. And then last thing, just clip that back over and you're literally good to go. That's literally your gas strut done. I'll show you it working. Alright, so just to get an overview of it, that's where it bolted in, how it went across. Excuse how dirty the car is, but essentially that's it, and that's pretty much holding it in place now, so we'll give it a try. It's not bad. Let me open it up, how this works. See, I mean, you can't really complain at that, can you? Pretty quick job. It does a job. So, hey, give you another angle. Guys, overall, hope that was helpful. It was my first video doing instructional stuff. It's a bit of a challenge, there was a few hiccups, but I think overall it was pretty successful. I mean, I actually fitted the thing, so I think that's a good start. Hopefully I'll get a few more videos out on the RS as we progress through 2021. And hey, if you have any feedback, let me know. I'm gonna get back into the warm now and relax a bit. Thanks guys for watching.